I believe teens can be inspired by other teens. Let's listen to Matt as he shares his grit story.
Can you tell me a little bit what grit means to you?
For me, grit means having determination when facing a challenge. And when I face a challenge, I set a goal for myself and think of the positive outcome that will happen because if I reach that goal. And when I try to accomplish a goal, I stay focused and I work really hard to reach that goal. And I know that if I fail, I will learn from the experience and get back up and try again.
And where have you been gritty?
I've been gritty in a lot of places. I was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome, ADHD, and OCD when I was 9 years old. So that all has impacted my life in pretty much every area you can imagine. So I had to be really gritty when just doing everyday life things because of those medical conditions. And for example, in school, I've had a lot of trouble with learning difficulties, and mostly in the areas of understanding what I read, paying attention, and writing challenges. But I use grit to help understand and improve in those areas. And I've also struggled with a lot of motor and vocal tics, and tics are the uncontrollable movements that someone with Tourette syndrome may make, and motor is like kind of like movements and jolts or whatnot, and vocal is more of like the actual sounds and whatnot. And my tics occurred every day, hundreds of times a day, and I had to use grit to get through them because they could be pretty distracting to me and others, embarrassing, and pretty painful sometimes.
So I don't know if you sort of answered that in this already question, but have there been specific obstacles that you faced?
Yeah, so I think the biggest obstacle that I've had to face was changing the way my mindset was set and to make it so that the tics don't define me and limit what I can do. And I've done this by doing lots of things over time. It's something I've learned just throughout the years. And I first had to know that I will always have Tourette, so I'm going to just have to accept it. And I need to accept it. So then I had to learn how to handle my tics by going to like therapy and whatnot, learning different strategies, such as like relaxation strategies that can help reduce the tics. And also I found that like physical exercise, for me playing soccer, has always just helps reduce the tic amount, and by doing those things have helped me cope with it. And I also have always asked for help when I need it because like you said before, this is like a big journey and you need support throughout the whole thing.
And in my book, I talk a little bit about having that optimistic mindset or a positive mindset. How do you feel like, do you feel like you're an optimistic type of person?
I think I am, yeah. I mean, after all this challenges and whatnot I've had to live with throughout my life, I think I've learned like a thing or two. And I embrace my Tourette, ADHD, and OCD so I don't suffer from it and it doesn't control me. And I face challenges head on, and I learned that throughout just, like I said before, everyday life and the many challenges I had to face. And I face them head on so I could do well in whatever the challenge may be, whether it be school, sports, social, and then I could just do the things that I enjoy.
And as I said before, although it's very important to have that mindset, it's also important to have that behavior. Is there ways that you feel like you really have that gritty behavior?
Yeah, again, I think I have had that gritty behavior. So one of the biggest things I've done that really kind of like sparked for me to change into the person I am today. So believe it or not, I wasn't really always that like out, like, I know, like speaking that about my Tourette, I was kind of like embarrassed about it. And I was diagnosed when I was 9 years old, and for the first full year, I was so embarrassed about having it that I just didn't want to tell anybody, not my friends, teachers. It was even hard to tell some of my family members. And I made a big decision after the year because it was just too much to share with my classmates and have a youth ambassador, which is a teen with Tourette, to come into the class and educate the class about Tourette. And one of the things that really made me I was really inspired. So I stood up next to him doing something I've never done before, like actually opening myself up and explaining to everyone that I have Tourette. And I think that was a very big step in my life, in the journey that really kind of influenced everything in the future.
Many teens have shared, and you've already started to share, that what helped them is having that support team. Who is your support team?
So I got a few members in my support team. I have one, of course, family and friends. No matter what, my friends and family have always been there when I needed help, either with my tics if I'm having a hard day, if I'm having trouble with schoolwork or whatnot because of my Tourette or other medical illnesses. They're always there, and they always have accepted me for who I am, regardless of my Tourette. Like, they like me for who I am, and I'm grateful because of that. And also, therapists have helped me a lot. They have taught me the strategies that I use when I'm having a hard time with my tics, such as the breathing strategies and whatnot, as I mentioned. And doctors have also been a big part. They have prescribed me medications, which has helped decrease the tic load and make my life a lot easier because of that. And also the Tourette's Association of America have been there. The New York Hudson Valley chapter, that's what I've been a part of. They've been there since I was diagnosed, and they've offered many great opportunities for me to meet other teens and families who have Tourette and going through the same challenges as I have. It made me feel like I wasn't alone.
Right.
Give me community.
Right, and community is huge. And the other thing that is huge that I found when you really look at people who have grit is that they have a sense of purpose. So for example, Simone Manuel, when she won the Olympics, she said that she did it not only for herself, but for every other African American person before and after for her. So when I feel and that's what I even shared with you before, when I have that sense of purpose, I'm able to do great things. What about for you? I know you do this for yourself, but how are you also sharing that, using that sense of purpose?
So once I kind of established myself and made my, just got up to the, how I could accept my Tourette, and I accepted myself with it, I went to become a youth ambassador, just like the teen with Tourette did to me. That inspired me to do that. And it was a big step in my life again. I have educated many adults, teens, teachers about it. So like what you said, once I did something for myself, I went to do it for the other mass of people.
If you had some words of wisdom that you wanted to share with other teens to inspire them, because I think your story is very inspirational, what would those words be?
Well, the best advice I could give to the people who want to develop grit is to embrace who you are and face challenges head on. And when you're facing the challenges, set a goal for yourself, like you've mentioned before, and think of the positive outcome that will happen because of it, like with the marathon, just the feeling of, yeah, I did that, I'm writing the book. And also work hard to get through the challenges. And don't be afraid of failure, because you could learn from the experiences and you'll become a stronger person because of it.
Well, I want to really thank you. And can we give a big round of applause to Matt?
Thank you.
Part of why this is the best part of writing this book, which I didn't even think about, was having experiences like this. So thank you for allowing me to do that.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, and for more information about the Grit Guide for Teens, check out my website at drbaruchfeldman.com. Thank you.